So today we've got something a little bit unusual for you, and this is George the Rooster. He still has a really bad case of bumblefoot. And bumblefoot is an infection in the feet which happens for all sorts of reasons. We've been treating George in a really interesting, different way. We're actually a second opinion on him, and he's been treated conventionally for quite some time and there's been no improvement. And he's got a huge open sore on the top of his right leg. And what I've done, which is the different bit, is I've been treating him with Manuka honey. And if you look at all the research on Manuka honey, it works really, really well for large open sores. I've used it for all sorts of large open wounds. I've used it on severed tendons in horses. I remember a dog who was walking by the stove and accidentally knocked a pot of boiling water off the stove and scalded his whole right hand side. Well, we slathered that in Manuka honey and bandaged him in Glad Wrap. Yes, Manuka honey and Glad Wrap. Now, please do not take this as any form of me saying to you, treating wounds with honey and Glad Wrap. That is totally inappropriate. I need, or your vet needs, to assess what's going on to see whether that's useful or not. But we are abusing so many drugs, and drugs are running out so quickly that where and when we can avoid using drugs and can go to more natural type treatments that the Aboriginals have been using for thousands and thousands of years, and the Chinese and the other older civilizations have been using for so long. Now, when they're appropriate, they can work really well. So this dog with the big wound that was scalded, we wrapped that dog in, or we put honey on the wound, wrapped the dog in Glad Wrap, or that side in Glad Wrap, changed it every second day and this went on for months. And that dog ended up being totally, completely and 100% normal. Back to George. Let's take his bandage off. He's a lovely rooster. He weighs a lot. Now he's coming back in today because he's done something a little bit untoward to his leg. So we'll just see what this looks like when we get the bandage off. But he's been going really well, and the wound's been getting smaller and smaller every day. So I haven't even, he was just dropped in by the owner, and I haven't had a look at him. Okay, well, I'm really happy with this. When we started this treatment a few weeks ago, that wound was, well, at least as wide as my thumb, and now you can see it's healed up very, very nicely indeed. If you have a really careful look, let me go to a pen. Just want to grab a pen to point with. This very thin layer of flesh that you see there is the healthy, all the pink that you see coming through is healthy, normal flesh growing in. Got a big issue here. This, maybe you can just turn him around, Kira. This is a big pad of what's called proud flesh. If you're in the horse game, you'll call this proud flesh. The correct name is excessive granulation tissue. So the skin from the leg is flat back this way, and then this big pad of granulation tissue has grown over that. I need at some stage to cut that away, because the skin, which you can just see there, the skin will not grow back over the top of that. The skin will not grow over a hill or a lump or a ridge. We're going to knock that ridge down, and then the skin will grow over it. But this looks just brilliant to me. I'm delighted with how much it looks. Still a little bit sore, but you can see there's this still this wound in here. But that's I'm very happy with that. We'll just keep treating George the way we have been, and as I said, it's been about 3 weeks now with the Manuka honey, and made huge improvements. And it was about he was injured in September We're recording this in the middle of January exactly. September, October, November, December, January. So he's been 4 months, 4.5 months on conventional treatments and conventional drugs, made almost no headway, and in 3 weeks with Manuka honey, he's made a huge improvement. So just something interesting. I hope you